Hey everyone, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, Crime with Megs. My name is Megan, and here we're going to be covering all things true crime. Whether it's new cases, old cases, cold cases, we're going to talk about it all. So if you're somehow seeing this video, make sure you subscribe, turn the bell notifications on so that you know whenever I post, and also while you're at it, go follow my TikTok, Crime with Megs, for live updates. So today we're talking about the disturbing and downright sad case of Harmony Montgomery. Harmony Montgomery was an 8-year-old little girl who was living in Manchester, New Hampshire, and was the daughter of her mother Crystal and her father Adam. Harmony was described as a 4-foot-tall female weighing around 50 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes, and wearing glasses due to being legally blind in one of her eyes. Literally the sweetest and cutest little girl who would steal the hearts of anybody. Now, the reason that we're talking about this little girl today is because she had not been seen since October of 2019, but was not reported until December of 2021, nearly 2 years later. Yep, she has not been seen since she was 5 years old, and today she would be 8 years old. Though there are people who have stated that they have seen her since then, the last documented confirmed sighting of Harmony was during a well check visit conducted by DCF. Adam stated that the last time that he saw his daughter Harmony was whenever she was with her mother Crystal, and Crystal is saying the opposite. It's this back and forth battle. However, like I stated, neither parent filed their child as missing for nearly 2 years. And in fact, the first police report made on this little girl was in December of 2021. Harmony was in and out of foster care due to her mother having substance abuse issues, of which now is reported that she is clean. However, in February of 2019, a judge granted Adam Montgomery full legal custody of Harmony. So what started the search of little Harmony after 2 years of her last confirmed sighting? Well, the mayor of Manchester received an email from an unidentified person, of which he then forwarded it to the police department, which then resulted in a call to DCF, launching a full-on investigation on trying to figure out what had happened to Harmony Montgomery. The email from this unidentified sender was very vague, but contained information of difficulties trying to get follow-up from DCF. After this case completely blew up in the media, the sender of the email was actually identified as Harmony's mother, Crystal. Crystal was the one who had allegedly sent the email to the mayor of Manchester, stating that she had been trying for months now to attempt to contact Harmony and Adam. And this all stemmed because Harmony's biological brother, who is now adopted into a different family, was wanting to send Harmony some Christmas gifts for Christmas that year. So just think about it. This little girl only had a missing report made because her little brother wanted to send her some Christmas gifts, not because her parents were concerned about where she was at, not because her mom realized that she hadn't talked to her in over 6 months, nothing like that. It was because her little brother wanted to send her some Christmas gifts.
Thought she was with her dad and he was just being a jerk, really. That's what I hoped was happening, but in my heart I knew something was wrong. He was going to extremes to block me and make sure that I couldn't contact her or anything.
Okay, so you're probably confused about why Harmony's brother was adopted into a different family. Let me explain. Harmony has a biological little brother named Jameson. Jameson was adopted by another family while he was in foster care. At this point, Harmony's case had actually been closed and she was reunified with her father Adam, who had been given legal custody of her back in February of 2019.
Custody.
How is it possible she got to stay with him after all of that?
I don't understand. I still don't understand to this day. I had a court date on the same day of that hearing for Jameson's adoption. So I sent over to get a continuance from the courthouse saying, hey, we need a different court date. I can't cut myself in half. They denied my continuance and just handed him over custody because they wanted to wash their hands of the case. They were done with it. The lady said it was open 4 years too long.
And actually, that was the last time that Crystal had ever seen Harmony again, aside from a FaceTime call that happened in April of 2019.
When was the last time you actually saw Harmony?
In a FaceTime video, like 2-3 days before Easter. I showed her basket. I said, I'm coming in a couple days. Mommy got you a basket, I held on to that basket for a year and some change, hoping, that I'd have a chance to give it to her.
And what did she seem like when you saw her on FaceTime?
Terrified. I would say, hey, what's going on? What'd you eat for lunch? What'd you do today? Little questions like, I'm her mom. Like, I want to know these things. I want to know she's happy.
Harmony's great uncle, who is actually Adam's uncle, spoke out about the situation, stating that the last time he had seen Harmony or Adam was when they lived in a house in Manchester. And according to Uncle Kevin, an altercation had broke out that day in October of 2019, as well as another incident that occurred in July of 2019 when he visited. Kevin stated that in July of 2019, he had made a call to DCF regarding Harmony having a black eye.
Montgomery feels DCYF did little to protect his niece. He previously reported abuse to them, telling police about an incident in July 2019 when he noticed Harmony with a black eye.
Kevin stated that Adam had left this 5-year-old little girl in charge of her infant brother while Adam went to go use the restroom. While Adam was in the restroom, the infant began to cry because infants cry, and Harmony had put her hands over his mouth to try to get him to stop crying, terrified of what her father would do if he had heard her baby brother crying. And I don't know about you, but this tells me that something had previously happened to make her act in this way out of fear. When Adam came out of the bathroom and he saw Harmony with her hands over her baby brother's mouth, he stated that he began to bash Harmony around the house.
Family and Children's Services, they failed her from the beginning. I don't get it. I mean, the evidence was so much.
Kevin also stated that he had witnessed Adam spanking Harmony way too hard, being forced to stand in the corner for hours, as well as being ordered to scrub the toilet with her toothbrush. Insane consequences for an innocent 5-year-old little girl.
She's special, and we just want her home, and she is loved. There's tons of people out there that love her, and we fought. There was only little we could do. If anyone knows anything, just come forward. She's a little girl. Just think of her as your little sister, granddaughter, niece, whatever. This is not right.
And because Kevin had reported this to DCF, this made Adam cut off nearly all communication with the other Montgomerys. On November 18th of 2021, Manchester police received a call from Crystal stating that she had not seen her daughter in over 6 months. This prompted a call to DCF, of which DCF then tried to locate Adam Montgomery but were unsuccessful. DCF and police investigators made contact with Adam's family members trying to locate the two. And during those contacts, most of the family expressed great concern for Harmony, and some even stating that they believed that Adam had been beating Harmony. A home that belonged to Adam's grandmother at one point, of which Adam was believed to live there, was searched. And there were photos of law enforcement digging up a hole in the backyard. Adam was finally located in December of 2021 on New Year's Eve, living in his car with his new girlfriend, not his current wife, who is Kayla Montgomery. His current wife, Kayla, also spoke to law enforcement on New Year's Eve and stated that the last time that she saw Harmony was in November or December of 2019 before going to work, of which Adam said that he was going to be taking her to Crystal's that day. She also stated that she had not even seen Adam since October of 2021. She did say that at one point she remembers Harmony having a black eye, but stated that Adam had told her that it was from the children roughhousing together and one of the kids had hit her in the face with a toy. On that night, New Year's Eve, when law enforcement talked to Adam Montgomery, he had stated that Harmony was fine, then stating that he hasn't even seen Harmony since November of 2019 and that she was with her mom. Eventually, Adam stopped being cooperative and didn't show any emotion or reaction when police stated that his daughter had not been seen or heard of in nearly 2 years. And then Adam said, "If I'm not under arrest, then I'm leaving." On January 4th of this year, Adam was arrested for a ton of charges, including felony second-degree assault towards Harmony, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. Kayla Montgomery was also arrested that week under fraud charges of actually collecting food stamps on behalf of Harmony. She obtained over $1,500 worth of food stamps from December 2019 to June 2021.
Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, has since been arrested and now facing multiple charges, including second-degree assault and endangering the welfare of a child. His wife, Kayla Montgomery, has also been arrested and faces 1 count of welfare fraud. But as of right now, neither are being charged with Harmony's disappearance.
In Kayla's arrest affidavit, it was noted that when DCF investigated her about the whereabouts of Harmony, Kayla seemed very confused, stating that Harmony goes to her mom's every other weekend. Not making sense, girly, because you just stated that you hadn't seen her since 2019. Now you're saying you see her every other weekend? What is the deal here? While Kayla was in jail, she was seen going to and from a methadone clinic. And this is likely because she was on methadone before she was arrested, so they allowed her to continue her methadone treatment while she was incarcerated, taking her to and from her appointments when needed. The search for Harmony continued as they covered the entire backyard with a blue tarp, as well as removing bags of evidence from this home. While many began to believe that Harmony was no longer with us, her mother Crystal stayed steadfast and optimistic at the thought of Harmony still being alive.
But I mean, do you think Harmony's alive?
I still believe she's here. I feel like she's still here. I would know, man. Like I said before, a mother knows. You know when your baby's not here anymore. You know, you feel it the day it happens. I think he sold her. I feel like he sold her.
The search for Harmony began to heat up a few months later when police swarmed Kayla and Adam's apartment building, and that Union Street home was now the focus of the investigation of the search for Harmony Montgomery. The home was actually sold in 2020, so Kayla and Adam weren't living there right then, so the police got a search warrant to serve to the new tenants. And this tells us that law enforcement had very probable cause because of the difficult nature it is to get a search warrant in the first place. I mean, you have to go through a lot of red tape and you have to have a very strong foundation to be able to get a search warrant, especially when the people aren't even living there anymore. Law enforcement from multiple agencies, including the FBI, searched this home for any evidence of Harmony Montgomery.
The search for 8-year-old Harmony Montgomery, who was last seen in 2019, has led investigators here to a second-floor apartment where Harmony's father and stepmother once lived in Manchester, New Hampshire. The FBI carried a refrigerator out of the home. Wrapped in biohazard tape, it was loaded into a truck. FBI agents dressed in white plastic suits. Could today's search lead to little Harmony? Law enforcement is not yet saying what they found inside the apartment, but the FBI evidence team does not appear to be leaving anytime soon, blocking off roads, setting up a tent outside, and bringing in an air conditioner.
They were seen setting up a green privacy tent to be able to pack the evidence so that the media who swarmed the streets were not able to see all the evidence, and so that they could keep it discreet. During the search around noon, the FBI rolled out a refrigerator that was wrapped up in plastic with biohazard stickers on them, clearly wanting to preserve whatever bio evidence that they had found. Law enforcement removed tons of boxes, including floor panels from the interior of the house. A truck was also brought in to do a camera search of the sewer line, while the FBI sat in a truck and viewed the images. The search continued throughout the night into early the next morning, and investigators filled an entire box truck of evidence, the community stating that it was a sign of hope for answers. Harmony's mother, Crystal, spoke out after the search, stating, "This is tough. I know in my heart that this is no longer a rescue mission. They are looking for a body."
What did you think this morning when you found out police were at the former house of Adam and Kayla doing this search?
I was kind of relieved because I've told police they needed to look further into that building since the beginning. I don't know, like, it was my intuition.
Crystal Sorey has been desperate to find her daughter and is pointing fingers at Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, who's locked up on child abuse charges.
In your heart, do you think Harmony is still alive?
I don't anymore.
Because last time I talked to you, you said you did.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to hang on to hope, and I'm hoping she's still alive.
It was interesting to hear Harmony's mom say that because every time I've spoken to her for the past year, she's always told me she thought Harmony was alive and that she believed that Harmony was sold for drug money into sex trafficking. But in light of all of these developments over the last day or so, she is starting to lose hope.
In August of 2022, police stated that this was now a homicide investigation, and they had evidence to prove that Harmony Montgomery was murdered and that it had happened in early December of 2019. Harmony's body had not been found, however, they had strong biological evidence that matched the DNA of Harmony and led them to this difficult and tragic conclusion. And then today, on October 24th, 2022, the Manchester police had a press conference to announce that Adam Montgomery, Harmony's father, had been arrested on charges of second-degree murder, of Harmony, falsifying evidence, tampering with a witness, as well as abuse of a corpse. Police stated that Harmony was struck over the head by her father repetitively.
A huge, albeit heartbreaking, step toward justice for Harmony Montgomery. New Hampshire authorities alleging the girl's father, Adam Montgomery, killed Harmony with his own hands.
By repeatedly striking Harmony in the head with a closed fist in Manchester on or about December 7, 2019.
Montgomery, already behind bars on separate charges, is now charged with second-degree murder and abuse of the corpse in an attempt to interfere with the investigation. But Harmony's body has never been found, and tonight authorities are again asking the public to help them keep this search alive and to do something nice for a child in Harmony's memory.
I know of no other way. I know of no other way to respect and honor this innocent and defenseless child.
And even though we all saw this coming, it's still truly heartbreaking to say the least. I will never understand why a parent would choose to kill their own child rather than hand them off to somebody else, like a family member or anybody, if the parent viewed them as a burden. It blows my mind how any parent could kill their own flesh and blood. I will truly never understand it, and it will surprise me every single time. I plan to follow this case all the way through sentencing, so if you want to stay updated, make sure you subscribe, and I promise to take you all along the way as we watch this man get exactly what he deserves. Thank you for tuning in today, and make sure you follow my TikTok, Crime with Megs, for live updates on all the cases that we're following. Bye, guys.